Alright, Shalom, Shalom. Alright, first and foremost, before I begin this lesson, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, KHAKWADASH, and the water, YAHAWASHI for the spirit and truth. As always, double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone who well and taught me this truth through the spirit, Bakatham. As always, salutations to the Saquani and Wa'akim across the four corners of the earth that's teaching this truth in sincerity, faith, and honesty, and enduring hardness. All right, to push this truth, Shalom, Wa'abatham, Wa'abacharim, Shariah, which is peace and love to the elect of Israel, which consists of these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians that have been scattered abroad the four corners of the earth, man. Okay, predestined, according to the biblical prophecies, to be saved from the latter end of Esau's rulership and the destruction of America, which is going to come by the way of these thermonuclear missiles, which in the scriptures, all right, which in the scriptures, they are the wasters to destroy, okay? All right, so through the spirit, I was just meditating on World War III and how inevitable it is, man. All right, how we are coming into the times of this this World War III coming down the pipeline, man. Okay, yes, mass majority of people out there, you don't believe, you can't see it, you're not reading, you're not watching. Well, that's why you have watchmen, okay, who are set up through the spirit to watch for these things, man, as well as pray, man, that we may be found worthy to escape the judgment and the wrath to come from the Heavenly Father, man. Okay, because when these missiles begin to be shot off from the ends of the earth, they're going to wipe out masses of the people, man, and only the elect is going to get beamed up to escape that judgment inside of what you would call UFOs, and those are the chariots of the Lord. That's our escape route, man. When you read Isaiah 26 and 20, that's the chambers until the wrath or the indignation of the Lord overpass. What is that indignation? These thermonuclear missiles destroying and obliterating America, man, making it that lake of fire that you read about in Revelations, man. All right, so it's inevitable, man. All right, and prophecy don't wait on no man. Okay, the scriptures say the vision is set for an appointed time, man. And guess what? All of us are living in every day is coming closer and closer, another day to us getting the fuck out of America, man, and to these thermonuclear missiles getting shot off, man, to be World War III. Isaiah chapter 9 verse 5, for every battle of the warrior, all right, warrior, so every battle, every world war, all right, is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be burning in fuel of fire. Right, fuel of fire, man. Fuel of fire. Now ask yourself a serious question. What can wipe out the whole state of Texas? Russia has that. It's called Satan 1, man. And that's a thermonuclear missile. That's an ICBM, an intercontinental ballistic missile that can be shot from one end of the earth to the other end of the earth, man. Okay, to wipe out the state of Texas, that's just one. Okay, you're going to have hundreds of thousands of missiles shot to destroy all 50 states of America, man, and that's biblical prophecy, man, and that's the times that we're coming into. Now you got to ask yourself, what are you supposed to be doing in these times? Being a Hebrew Israelite, being a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American Indians. All right, getting yourself right with YAHAWASHI first and foremost by seeking him while he may be found. Because this truth is not just your suggested videos, man. You got to dig deep. And when you downtown, guess who you're going to run across? The prophets, man. Why? Because wisdom crieth out in the streets. So that's what you're supposed to be doing in these times. Getting your shit right, man. With YAHAWASHI so that you can be saved and your family can get the fuck out of here, man. Okay? Because it's coming, bro. World War III is inevitable. You don't gotta believe it. The scriptures say, let all the unfaithful die in their unfaithfulness. I'm not here for mass majority of you people to not believe. The reason why we're raised up is to prophesy this word, okay? So that you can be saved by the engrafted word that is able to save your soul. Concerning the World War III that's coming, man, which is going to usher in the kingdom of heaven by YAHAWASHI breaking up this third world's war, according to 2nd Ezra, man, the 13th chapter. All right, So it said fuel of fire. Right? Now let's go to Revelations chapter 11. Try to get right to the point. Revelations chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe, right, and woe is destruction. Woe is death, death and destruction. So it says, Revelations 11 and 14. The second woe is past. The second World War, man. Yeah, World War One. Yeah, World War II. Now you have World War III, man. And see, it's not going to be declared as World War III right now. No, it's an after effect. Like, damn, bro, that was World War III. All the nations were gathered and assembled together to shoot missiles upon America. That was World War III, man. Okay? And you're going to have certain other lands that's going to be destroyed and cleansed, if you will, because fire is a cleansing agent, man. Okay? And that's going to, in the mainland that's going to be cleansed is Israel, because that's our land. You have nothing but rats that's been inhabited in that place. So-called Jewish, man. Okay? Khazars, man. Okay? Amalek, man. The so-called white man, Esau, Edom. Okay? The biggest lie on the planet Earth that they are Jews and they are not, but are the synagogue of Satan, man. All right? Thus saith the scriptures. So it says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly, right? The third world's war cometh quickly, man. Why? Because the things that are written aforetime were for our learning, so that in these days it'll all make clear sense. The whole volume of the book will be in full effect in these times, man. As it is written, the Lord said he declared the end from the beginning, man. Saying his counsel shall stand. In the book of Psalms, the 33rd chapter says the counsel of the Lord endureth forever, man. All right? The counsel of the Lord is to biblically destroy America, man. See, because his word is truth. Why? Because of all the sins that this place have done, not only to all these nations, but chiefly into the Most High's chosen people, man. Constantly going off every day. We worthy of death. So if it wasn't for the mercy and the grace of YAHAWASHI, we would be through. Okay? Because America is doomed for destruction, man. It's on a highway to hell, if you would. Okay? And hell just being a condition. Okay? That's why the scriptures say in death and hell we're cast into the lake of fire. That lake of fire is going to come by what? Those thermonuclear missiles, man. Okay, moving on. Joel chapter 3. Joel chapter 3, we're going to start at verse 9. I'm going to read through this. All right. Joel chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. All right, that would be these heathen nations, man. All right, you got two separate Gentiles. You got the Hebrew Israelites, all right, who took in on the customs of the heathens, all right, and who lived in a Gentile state of mind, which would be today our people who are Gentiles today. Why? Because they live in an American lifestyle. They're not keeping the customs of the scriptures. They're keeping the customs of the heathens, man. All right. And then you got the other Gentiles, which are the regular Gentiles, being the what? These heathen nations, man. All right. Who are not promised the covenants nor given the law, statutes, commandments of the Heavenly Father. Because it wasn't all nations when Moses came down from Mount Sinai, man. It was the children of Israel there. Okay. So they're heathens, man. They don't have the covenants. They don't have the laws. So it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Right. World War III, man. The Most High said he would pour out the spirit on the Medes, man. Okay. He would raise up the spirit of the Medes, man. Being Russia. Okay. Out there in the Middle East. Because the word Medes means middle. And that's the bear that's going to be a guard unto the nations, man. Okay. It says, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I'm strong. Right. Who is the weak that's saying they're strong? These little nations, man. North Korea, India, Syria, all these other nations, all these little nations that have thermonuclear missiles, man. Okay? And this is all biblical prophecy, man. This is why World War III is inevitable, man. It's going to happen. All right? Because this is biblical prophecy, man. And the scriptures must be fulfilled. All right? It says, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen. See, all you heathens. The Gentiles are heathens, man. It says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause the mighty ones to come down, O YAHAWASHI. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yahawashi, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Right, the valley of Yahawashi. That's where this is all going down, out there in the Middle East, man. By the river Euphrates, by the great river Euphrates, man. All right, which that river is being dried up as we speak right now, man. Okay. That's the valley of Yahawashi, man. That's where the Lord said he would gather all nations down there, man, in the Middle East, man. All right, and chiefly by America going into Iran. Okay. And they put it in video games and they put it in movies, man. They was going to invade Iran, man. Okay? So it's inevitable, man. Why? Because they need that oil. Okay? They want control over all the resources of the earth, man. That's how it always has been with the so-called white man Esau Edom. He enlarged his borders as death, man. See? Verse 13, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get ye down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for the wickedness is great. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decisions. Right, man. Okay. For the day of the Lord, YAHAWASHI, is near in the valley of decisions, man. The day of the Lord is near. And the day of the Lord is dark, gloomy. And the day of the Lord is going to come by these thermonuclear missiles being able to obliterate, all right, states, man. Okay, countries, man. Mass lands, man. Mass land regions, man. And the mass land region that is the most proudest land is America, man. Which has been given over to the so-called white man, because what? The earth is given into the hands of the wicked, which he stole from the Native American Indians, who are biblical Israelites, man. Okay. Moving on. This is my last precept. I'm gonna close out. Okay, this is the book of Jeremiah. All right, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 9. All right, Jeremiah 50 and 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon. Right, now is this talking about ancient Babylon? No, this is talking about modern day Babylon, man. Because ancient Babylon wasn't destroyed. Okay. All right, this is talking about modern day Babylon, man. All right, spiritual Babylon. The scripture says spiritually Sodom and Egypt, man. Because what? America, this is talking about America, Babylon the Great, which have taken on all the philosophies of these other kingdoms, man, that were before it, man. That's why it is and going back into the statue that Daniel seen, all right, it was the feet mixed with clay, man. And guess what came after that? Which is after that World War III. What's going to come after that? It was overthrown, or the whole statue was hewn down by a rock, man. And what rock was that? Yahawashi Hamashiach. The chief cornerstone, man. The stumbling block, man. You see? Unto all you nations, man. Even our people, man. Why? Because Yahawashi already conquered these things, man. And he warned us of these times. And he told us he was going to come back. Why? Because the volume of the book was written of him. Okay, the law and the prophets, you see, wrote of Yahawashi, man. Moses wrote of Yahawashi. Isaiah, all the prophets wrote of Yahawashi to upset this third world war, man. That's what's going to happen. So it's inevitable, man. All right. Let's see how much time I got left. Jeremiah 50 and 9, for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon, right, which is America, an assembly of great nations from the north country, over here in the Middle East, man. Okay? It says, and they shall set themselves in array against her. So these other nations are against America. In Revelation 17, to tell you that the beast shall hate the whore, man. All right? So even her allies is going to be turned away against her. From thence shall she be taken. Their arrows shall be as a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. Right? The arrows is those thermonuclear missiles. They shall not return in vain. They shall be shot by a mighty expert man. Which a mighty expert man who shoots, he's an expert because he has experience, man. Okay, he's a sharp shooter. Why? Because he's a pro at his job. What does that mean? That when these missiles, the scientists that's creating these missiles are and doing the splitting of the atoms, all right, and creating this, putting this energy together, all right, this thermonuclear, the atomic, all right. Okay, the atomic bomb together, putting all that shit together into a thermonuclear missile, all right? Those scientists are being controlled by the download of YAHAWASHI to fulfill Isaiah 54:16. As it is written, how can a clay say unto the potter, why hast thou formed me like this? See? These mighty men and these scientists, okay, the man of Teman, if you will, all right? They are being controlled and given a download from YAHAWASHI to create these missiles, all right? Being an expert at it, you see, so that it can be a waster to destroy America, man. Okay? And that's what's happening, man. All right? So with that, Lord's will, like I say, Lord's will, this was edifying to your elect. All right? Because America is finished, man. All right? All you homosexuals, you adulteries, you idolaters, all right? All you jakes out here, man, that's wicked. All you other heathens that's caught up in America, this mass, this mass place of just confusion, okay? Of bondage, man, if you will. Also bondage too, but straight confusion, man. All right, that's against the scriptures and against the truth. Guess what? You're going to be destroyed by these missiles. All right. So call halal Yahweh Shemel Shaitam Yah, the water Yahweh Shemel Shai for the spirit of truth. Double honors to my apostles, the elders of great millstone. Salutations to the elect, man. Shalom.